Hi there, I'm Coach Kenneth.
And I'm Coach Victoria.
And in today's video, we're going to be talking about she felt caged.
Ooh.
I feel like we need dun, 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 music
right?
behind it. You know, it's so important to make your partner feel free in a relationship. And the more that you try and control them, the more likely they're going to want to get away. Mm-hmm. I did a call recently with a guy who was talking about some of his behaviors in the relationship, that he got upset that she had posted like pictures of her in a bathing suit and things like that, and he was getting really bothered by it. And this was a younger girl in her early 20s, and I don't think she liked it, Yeah. And so you have to be really careful about projecting your own insecurities onto your partner and telling them how you feel they need to live their life. Now, there can be deal breakers, of course, but at the same time, if you're going to try and control somebody, they're not going to want to stay. Mm-hmm. So I think you got to find some kind of balance within yourself where you're allowing your partner to feel like they're free, and you can express your concerns. Of course, I don't see anything wrong with somebody posting pictures of a bathing suit. You know what I mean? That's just me personally, but I could see why somebody in the early 20s is going to be really bothered by that.
Mm-hmm. Right, and we also have to remember that there are certain people who are more predisposed to feeling trapped in relationships. Cue avoidant attachment style.
Yep.
So there are people who have had experiences growing up where maybe their parents were really smothering or not emotionally available, which those two can coexist, where a parent is very in your face and trying to control your life, but really not emotionally there for you. And then that can cause somebody to be more hesitant about commitment, more hesitant about being really close and intimate, and also being really hesitant to try to join their lives with somebody else.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Because that, a lot of times somebody else's needs feel like pressure to them, mm-hmm. and they can't do it.
Right.
So we got a good email coaching today, and this is from a guy in his early 40s. He's actually a marriage family therapist.
Interesting.
So it's always nice when we get people in our mm-hmm. field who respect our work and do coachings with us. Mm-hmm. And it's nice to see, because we know this guy has mm-hmm. gone through a lot of college, and he says, these are the people for me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he said, I recently broke up with my girlfriend after 9 months of dating. We were not living together and don't have any children. That'd be funny if they had children together after 9 months. Wait a minute. This baby is 1 month early. We dated 13 years ago before she broke it off with me. At the time, I was devastated. Oh, they dated for a year 13 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, sorry. And he was devastated. I always considered her the one that got away. Mm. Fast forward to early 2022, we crossed paths and immediately picked off where we left off. Him still being devastated, right? Things were going well into summer of this year when she said she felt caged by being in a relationship and broke it off with me for a second time. This is when I came across your amazing videos and practiced the no contact strategy. 1 week went by, and sure enough, she reached out and asked to go out to get some food that led us getting back together.
And sorry to interrupt, but please tell us when that happens. We love to hear the continuation of the story. Sometimes we only get the first part, but please contact us, if things do go well, or mm-hmm. even if things don't. We just want to hear what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we are in November, and the exact same scenario happened. She started acting distant for weeks until I finally brought it up, and she communicated that once again, she feels caged being in a relationship. Adding that I am an amazing partner and she loves me, but she doesn't think she is capable of being at peace in a relationship right now. So what does that tell you? Probably avoidant, right? Mm-hmm.
And or maybe she went through a really bad past experience. It seems like they're in their early 40s or so, and so we don't know if she had been married. She doesn't have kids, right?
No, they don't have kids.
Yeah, they don't have kids. So we don't know what her past experiences were like, and that could lead to somebody being, you know what, I'm turned off for relationships for a while.
Yeah, sure. But she did say he was amazing, so that makes me more likely to think she's probably avoidant too, right? She still wanted to continue being friends. Yeah. That's what I told him too. She would call me up the next couple of days like nothing happened. Another avoidant trait. Even trying to make weekend plans to go out and get something to eat. I found myself hurt that she was just willing to let go of our romance and just be friends so easily. Although she stated she doesn't consider me as a platonic friend, whatever that means. Well, I'll tell you what that means. It tells me that she would be willing to be intimate with you under the right circumstances.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And for an avoidant, romantic friend probably sounds a lot better than partner or girlfriend or boyfriend.
Yeah. So I think if you take the label off of this and stop trying to make her feel pressured by being in a commitment, I think she would hang out with you and continue to hook up.
It sounds like she said she doesn't see him as platonic.
That's a good sign.
That is a good sign, yeah.
Yeah. In my head, I thought to myself that I need this girl to miss me. And her still calling me every day won't allow that. And that just being her friend will tear me apart inside. Yeah, but I think you missed the part that she's saying she doesn't see you as platonic. That means she's willing to be romantic. I think that's her subtly saying, yeah, I'll go out and hook up. It's just that I can't do commitment.
Right. And I see this worry actually quite often with people where an ex does reach out after the breakup and then the person thinks, well, you know, I'm trying to do no contact, but my ex won't let me. And
that's a good sign. We want them to reach out to you.
Right. And depending on how much longer after the breakup they continue to reach out, then, you know, we can get into the nitty gritty of that. But if it's, you know, soon after the breakup, it seems like they might still be in this ambivalent state and they're still making those bids for connection where they do want to connect. They do want to continue that bond and feel attached to the scenario. So
yeah, she's not breadcrumbing here, in my opinion, based on what I've seen. She's literally inviting him out, reaching out to him and saying, I want to hang out and I don't want to be platonic. So in my eyes, those are all wins for me.
And he's like, damn it, miss me.
Yeah. You won't miss me if I'm seeing you. That's okay. Yeah. See her. As long as she says she doesn't see you as platonic and she's willing to allow romance to happen, that's great. So I told her when I was upset that I don't think I could just be her friend and not to reach out to me until I reach out to her. Yeah, that's not going to be good. Yeah, because essentially you're just cutting her off from reaching out to you, which is exactly what we want her to do. When I got off the phone, I realized that might have been a mistake because now I don't know how to apply your no contact plan if I specifically told her not to contact me. Yeah, you kind of backed yourself into a corner there. My question to you is, should I reach out to her to tell her it's okay to contact me and we can try to be friends, even though that sounds painful and won't give her the chance to miss me, and hope we continue our romance, or just stay silent even though she seems like the type to respect my wishes and run the risk of not speaking to her again. Thanks to your videos, I've learned that the girl checks off all the boxes for fearful avoidant attachment style, and I recognize that this cycle will continue until she works on herself. But for some reason, my anxious attachment style thought of losing her is unbearable. Okay, well, he's in a tough position now because now he's saying don't reach out to me.
All right.
Don't reach out to me until I reach out to you. Well, now, in this situation, you got to reach out to her, right? I think he's got to make at least one effort to say, hey, you know, I've been thinking about things, and I thought it might be fun if we did get together and see what she says.
I would warn, before you do that, process your anger and process your frustration. I do think that comment was stated in a moment where a need was coming up. You know, I don't know if you fully have worked through the hurt and pain of her ending the relationship. There might still be some resentment there. We want to make sure that when you do contact her and you do get the opportunity to see her again, that you are in a very emotionally centered place, and that you're being able to be in the present moment and responsive to what she's giving you. It sounds like she was giving you a lot towards the end there, and that you kind of missed some of it because your anxiety caused you to focus on something else.
Locking her down.
Right.
Locking her down to a commitment. And he was so anxious about it. He wasn't seeing, she's saying, I don't see you as platonic, meaning I'll hook up with you, I'll see you, I'll go on dates with you, which is exactly what you want. You got to stop focusing on trying to lock her down or lock women down. It doesn't work like that. You take women out, you have a great time, you show them interest, and then you let them, you know, kind of fall in love with you at their pace. And if you do that, then you won't be coming on too strong, which is what a lot of guys do that ruin perfectly good chances with women.
Right. And I also wonder, this is maybe a little meta, but I wonder what it's like for him being in this profession when you are a marriage and family therapist, constantly working with couples, constantly working with families, and then also working in your own personal life towards that.
Yep.
You know, I know that you have all of this knowledge and all of these different skills to make a relationship work, and I could see your eagerness to want to put that into practice. And at the same time, our attachment system is triggered no matter what kind of studies you have, you know, and we can speak to that personally. And so just be aware of your own internal processes, and instead of trying to analyze the situation as a whole, start by working on your own emotions, what's coming up for you naturally.
Yeah, I think you got to kind of reframe the way you're seeing this. Like, if you can go out with her and have a great time with her and just go on great dates with her and enjoy her company, great. But I think if you try and push for more than that, I don't think it's going to happen. Unless she's kind of wanting it and making it clear that that's what she wants. And you're kind of reciprocating in that sense. That would be fine. But you got to look at her as, this is just somebody that I'm going to go on dates with, have a blast with. And if she wants anything more, she'll let me know.
Right. And also don't forget her little statement about her not being fully ready for a relationship. You know, I think that was important, and we don't want to ignore that. We don't want to assume that she's ready to jump into something serious when she verbatim, you know, said that she wasn't. So keep that in mind as you move forward.
Yeah, exactly. For me, I think if you can go out and have a great time with her and then just enjoy your company and not focus on getting her back or locking her down or the one that got away, you'll be okay. But thinking like, oh, she's the one that got away, it's going to make you obsessed and constantly think, oh, she's this girl, this amazing girl, and now she doesn't want to be exclusive with me, and she wants to see me as a friend. Well, friend can mean a lot of different things. We always say this, when it becomes platonic, that's when I think you have to walk away and say, I can't do that.
Right.
But I don't think she's saying that at all.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think I would work through some stuff yourself, really understand this, and if you're able to go out with her and hang out with her without being exclusive, and you'll be happy with that, then I think this could move forward. But I think if you're obsessed or focused on, I gotta get her back, I can't be without a label, I think it's just gonna make you suffer.
Right.
Okay, so hopefully this one has been helpful to you. Of course, if you want to get our help personally, you could do that on my website, askcraig.net. I do email coaching and I do Skype. Coach Victoria is available for Skype coaching.
I'm here whenever you need.
Just click on her name on the top of the website to schedule with her. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
And I'm Coach Victoria.
And we will talk with you soon.